encouragement, and I know where to get it. Let's rise. How do? Yeah, I got to get that out. Think about the tough times you've been through in the past. And at that moment, you didn't think you was going to make it, and you made it.
Yeah,
All right, now, you know what?
hey, hey.
Oh, we don't need my answer. Okay, let's
No,
set
no,
move
I
on.
want your answer. Go on, say your answer, please.
See, you know what?
I'm trying to cut you out. I ain't trying to
Him?
cut you out.
Oh Lord.
So you know what we did to him? We went to doggy daycare. Yes.
She
We
said it.
yes, we took him to doggy daycare. So maybe they can teach him some manners that maybe we can't teach him. And just remember that you know what? You are directing your life within yourself. So whatever you want your life to be, whatever you do today is going to decide your future for tomorrow. So make sure you direct it carefully, all right? Come on, come on, rise. Let's go higher, higher, higher. When you enjoy something that you really enjoy, that you enjoy what you really enjoy, but you enjoy what you really do.
What did you just say? That messed me up.
Messed me up too.
I was waiting for the hair to go all over the place when you said that, but I think you got through it.
But
No, she did it anyway.
howdy. I had to hit that kind of little light. I didn't want to get y'all all upset this morning.
Good, because I have a little headache from watching the Super Bowl and having way too much drinking going on.
Okay. Did your team win?
What my team wasn't in it, but the team I wanted to win won. So,
But great. I know my
yeah.
husband was cheering for him too. Team that
Who
won.
who was he cheering for? Oh, he was cheering for the Seahawks.
Yeah,
That's
Seahawks.
because he's a good guy at heart. That's because he's a
Oh.
good guy at heart. That's why he was cheering for the Seahawks and not the Patriots. There's four teams in sports that I could never root for, and that's Ohio State, Notre Dame,
hmm
Alabama, the Patriots, and I'm going to say five and the New York Jets because there's no way I can root for the New York Jets. So anyway, so that happened. This was an eventful weekend, wasn't it?
Yes, much, much eventful. Yeah.
So now the Super Bowl is over. We can focus on Black History Month. Shout out to Black History Month. All the way up into the 28th. Somebody said to me, because it's you've heard this joke since you were little. Somebody always like to throw out, but you got the shortest month. And I said, you know what? Growing up, I used to be like, why do we get the shortest month? But then I thought about it. Some people get a week and some people get a day. So I'll take it
We're going to take that. We're going to take
Be-
it.
because
And
this is just a recognition month, but we could do it ourselves all year round.
there we go. Just like this is supposed to be the month of love, Valentine,
The month of love,
Woo.
the day of love.
Well, it should be the whole year of love, really. Just like you say, we can do it all year round. All year round. Has
Yeah.
it been cold where you in up there in Raleigh? Where you at?
Well, I live in Morrisville and it's been cold. We had snow those 2 weekends. So that happened. And I'm from Miami, so anything below 50 degrees is cold to me. Um, that's what's happening. You know. Our guess where he's from, now that's cold. He's from Seattle, Washington.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, it's cold up in there. Um, so we did that. And when we before the show today, you said we got a crazy president. I was like, oh God, I have the political show, the conversation on Wednesday. So I was like, don't get me started already, Lessette. I gotta make it till Wednesday.
I know, but wow. What not to say, Jesus.
Did you watch the halftime show?
I did. I did.
I'm gonna tell you what I liked about the halftime show. I'm not one of these people like, oh, I didn't understand anything until Lady Gaga said because it was a different language. Screw what language it's in. If you go back and watch that and just see the way it was put together and
hmm
the explosion of culture in there. The little details from the barber shop in the back, the people doing the hair, what happens at the wedding, just the music and
Hmm.
dancing and just happiness.
Uh-huh.
It was such a great halftime show. I didn't need to understand what he was saying to enjoy what I was watching.
Well, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the halftime show. I kind of wanted to know what he was saying though a little bit because it sounded so good. I said, "What is he saying though?" But it was good. I enjoyed it. He did a great job.
Yeah, sometimes you just sit and you just feel the vibe. I know to certain people's ear when you're listening to a different language and you're trying to listen to the language with the rhythm of the music,
Uh huh.
because he's singing at a fast pace, you know, and it's just I don't know. It's just I just like different stuff. It's amazing. But
It is. It
speaking
is
of different
amazing.
stuff, we had a lot of guests on here over the last 3 years, and G Vincent's going to be on in a couple seconds. And this guy is pretty good actor and model. G Vincent, father, and now author because he's written, I think, two or
Mhm.
three books. And we're going to talk about some of those books today. But we're also going to talk about his journey because there's nothing more important um, than fatherhood. I'll take that back. I'm not saying there's nothing more important than fatherhood, but
Mhm.
um, we know in the home because there's single fathers out there, single fathers, single moms out there, but we know a difference that it can make when you have two parents that are committed to um, making your childhood better. And I see all too many times parents being negative with children, like their
That's
children.
true.
They don't understand the power of words. I
Yeah,
saw
he
a
does.
mom the other day. The kid was doing something. He's like, "Why would you do that? That's so stupid." Don't say these words to your kids. It's important to understand it. So without further ado, Lissette, let's go ahead and welcome our guest, G.
How's everybody doing? Pleasure to
Welcome,
be here.
welcome to Rise with Lissette. Now pronounce your name again.
It's a Geyvenson. I'm from
Geyvenson.
Haiti. Yeah, I'm from Port-au-Prince, Haiti.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
Haitian
G.
name, but
Lissette,
G's just easier.
and he allows me. I've been messing up his name for 4 years since day one, and he said, "You know what? You got it." Just
And he's the only one I allowed to butcher my name. John's good. He got the pass. He good.
Okay, Geyvenson.
Yes, ma'am.
Woo!
there you go. Look at you. She's getting it right. She's getting it
All
right.
right.
That's
How she
spot
get it
on.
right? How she get it right on the second try, and I can't get it right in 4 years, G?
She's trying. She's trying harder than you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Look, she's activated. Look at her.
He's gonna be really excited to hear your because I was explaining to her. Now you have to remind us where you were born. Because were you born in Haiti or the States?
I was born in Port-au-Prince, and then I was in orphanage till I was about 6, and that's when I got adopted and brought to the U.S.
Wow, an orphanage. How was that? How was that experience being in an orphanage?
The things that I can remember aren't the most positive, but I do remember the other children, the happiness that we had, and the ability to keep each other happy. Those are the good memories I had. There's some negative memories there, but it is what it is. I think it's a blessing to be able to come from another country, get adopted, and then have the opportunities to come here and push through any negative interactions and succeed, to have my own family and just be able to live and prosper. And I think it's a blessing, honestly, being here. And I appreciate my parents for adopting me. Honestly, it's the best.
Now, why he's
Mm.
speaking Lola said is because they're 3 hours behind and it is 8 a.m. So he's got a whole house full of sleeping people that he's trying not to
They
wake up.
should they should be getting up here soon to get up for school, so I'll be able to pick my voice up a little bit more in a second.
No, you're good. I just wanted to let her know. So, G, is that did you end up writing? I wanted you to explain the journey of her, how you ended up in Alaska. Because when you told
Yeah.
me that story, I was like, "What?" Because you really don't meet a
That's-
lot of people from you're not from Alaska, but that have lived in
yeah.
Alaska.
So what it was, I was young. I already graduated. I was 17 on my own, and I already been living on my own for like what, year, 2 years, 3 years now, and it was a little bit difficult trying to figure out which path I was going to take and what options were for work because you know when you end up on the streets at a young age and don't have any support or guidance from adults, it's hard to make the right decisions. But I figure out the right way to be able to help myself function properly and move forward in a positive way. And the people I was around at the time were really like a positive influence on me. So in my head, I'm like, I'm only gonna dig myself a deeper hole and end up somewhere I don't want to be, right? So best option for me is like, hey, let's go out and work somewhere where there's opportunity and get your mind straight and there's nothing that can really be negative in your life. Looked up boats and I'd seen fishing and a couple of my friends had gone over into Alaska and they were on full-time fishing boats but told me about a couple processing boats. So like, of course, I gotta take the opportunity. Took the opportunity, ended up taking flights out, getting a job in Alaska on a processing boat for a half of a year. So I was gone for 6 months. And honestly, the way I did it, I told probably like three, four people. Obviously, my parents knew, but there was only three close friends. I only had three or four close friends. Everybody else was more of an acquaintance because I like to keep a tight knit circle. And so I told them when it disappeared, everybody honestly thought I had died because I did not post on social media for months. And then 6, 8, 9 months later, I popped back in Washington, and people were like, "Where have you been?" And I was like, "I was in Alaska for only 7 months, brother. I was on a processing boat working 18-hour shifts, and
Woof.
I just got back last night." They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, I'm alive. I'm chilling." But it was
Well,
good to get away from all that negative energy and try and clear my head and push myself into like a different path and focus.
I'm sorry, but I have to get over questions in Alaska. How does it feel to live in such a cold climate like that? I mean,
I like the way I got through it. I'm super into fitness, so it was super cold there. So anytime I was not working my 8 hour shifts in the freezer or chopping heads for the fish, I was doing pull-ups or push-ups outside or shadow boxing because I love martial arts. Because it was super cold out there, but sitting still, doing nothing, and just eating, I was like, nah, that's not really gonna help me.
well, how do pipes keep from freezing there? Like like you know.
Oh, the boats were always functioning. So the boat's always on 24/7. That's why their shifts 18 hours, 16 hours, 12 hours.
Okay.
Always someone on deck working.
See.
Whether you're asleep or not, someone's in the kitchen, someone's on deck, lower deck, working, functioning, everything. The boat's always processing.
That's
Yeah,
That's
just
how it
you
stays
keep
running.
the things running. You know how Lessette here when we get the when it's gonna
hmm
get too cold, if you live in an apartment, especially, they always tell you have the faucet dripping. As long as
Yes.
water is moving, it's not going to freeze. It's when, you haven't turned on the sink for 2 days, in freezing weather, you're gonna get frozen pipes. It's gonna
Right.
happen. Um you started, and how I met you was you started acting and you started modeling, and that was a desire of yours when I ran into you.
Yes, sir. I had my first interaction with modeling or anything like that, or opportunities to kind of act, was my first job at Hollister. I had gotten hired as one of the workers, so I worked in folding clothes. And then they have this opportunity. I don't know if you guys remember the shirtless greeters for Hollister that would stand in front of those stores and
Yeah.
take pictures. Yeah, so I used to be one of those for like a year and a half. And I was really trying to get on that Hollister traveling bus that traveled and opened all the new stores. But I found out that when it comes to that, you need to make sure that you have all your information correct and that they're not just taking your information and your pictures and leaving. So they had come into our store, and that is what they would do. They would travel around the stores and be like, "Oh, you look perfect for the bus. Like we want to have you on our bus, our traveling bus. Get you super excited. All we need you is to take a couple pictures, and then we'll will let you know when we're going to be traveling if we chose you or whatever, right? They get you super high, blah, 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 take all your pictures, and then either that you get picked or you don't. But the thing is, they still have access to your pictures, so if they want to use your pictures at the other stores, they have your picture that they've taken. So I
Uh,
Wow.
had I had multiple people tell me, "Hey, I've seen you in the other stores before on the post." I said, "How could you possibly have seen me? I haven't made it there yet." So people are saying that they've seen me, but I was like, I don't even see myself. So how are you seeing me?
Lissette, they see it's not just the music business where they'll get you, right? Lissette is a singer,
Yes, ma'am.
award-winning singer, G. So she knows all about. She's had the history of people trying to get over and take her
Yeah.
music and do all those things that you go through. Um,
So true.
Lissette, this is the now out of all these things, you're working in Alaska, you're doing modeling and acting, you're doing all these things. I know the proudest thing in your life is being a dad, and you're great at it. What possessed you to want to write children's books?
The biggest thing for me would be my children. So anything I do, I'm trying to like give them a better life and figure out how I can just make things better for them. And I started working as a behavioral tech, and so I was working with the elementary school kids. So working with them and being a father, I was like, these two can two go together. I'm like, how can I help these kids and have my own children as well? So boom, popped in my head. I've been drawing for the children and started doing my art again. So they'd ask, they see a picture, and I would just draw the picture for them. So I was like, huh, they like all these drawings, and then they ask for copies of the drawings I make, and so just so they can color it. So that's what it popped in my head. I was like, I'm just gonna make it easier for you guys. I'm gonna create a coloring book and bring copies so you guys have that available. And so when I created this coloring book, it's coloring book animals for kids, and it is available on Amazon. It looks like this.
Oh, wow.
Can you see it?
Yep, and we have it on the screen. We got it on the screen. Coloring book animals. It's on
So
the screen for everybody to see.
what's
Yeah,
the ages of
and
your children? Excuse me, Kim.
3 to 9 years old.
And so you actually you drew this yourself? I
So
mean,
the
you all did.
concepts I used some computer concepts like Canva to get my images and then create them and then created each page individually. So all the pages and everything are created myself. I organized them and created the context of the book and the concept to then use Amazon publishing to publish it.
Now, I want to clarify something because you said, "What are the ages of your kid?" And you said 3 to 9. You didn't give her the ages. So, to clarify for everybody, he does not have a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 9-year-old. Just to clarify that for
Okay,
everybody out there.
so my oldest child, Leilani, is 9. Second youngest is Nadia, and she is 5. The third youngest is my boy Junior, and oh Lord, not even 6. Junior is 5. Lots of kids. And then the last youngest, well, let's see, Jocelyn, she is a year and 3 months, and then my youngest, the baby, he's 4 months right now.
Good gracious. Woo!
Yeah,
That's
he don't
crazy.
know.
Yeah,
He don't know how to. I told him. This comes to the point. You got to stop. Okay, you got to stop. You got
hey,
to.
we're done, we're done, we're done.
He told me that 3 kids ago, Lissette.
Oh my, that's a lot. I mean, oh
Hey,
wow.
I
Getting too
tried, I
good for
tried,
you.
I
um,
tried.
I like the title of your other children's book, Little King. But before we get into that, Lisette, and Lisette deals with this, of course, being in an industry herself. It's when you have a good product and there's a stipulation that goes against your product because they would not publish your other
Mm.
book because they wanted a ridiculous amount of pages to publish that book. Tell her she doesn't know about this, so fill her in on that.
So, when it comes to Amazon publishing, the way they do things, you'll finish your book, and I've created the book. It's 12 pages. You can see that it doesn't need to be all those pictures. There's information, and it's not overly informational or filled with words. So it's visually appealing to children. That's the whole point of a children's book. It's not supposed to be a dictionary that someone is reading to them. It's supposed to be entertainment. And it's definitely not supposed to be an encyclopedia of 70 pages to 120 pages. So what they were trying to force me to do before I chose a different path to get it out there so people can have it available for them, they tried to tell me that I need a minimum of 40 to 70 pages on my reading book to be able to publish on Amazon. And I just found that completely ridiculous. And I was like, what child is going to read a 70-page book, and what teacher is going to be reading that in class to them? Oh, let's read this one book for 3 weeks. No elementary school child is going to be entertained or want to do that.
That is
So I
crazy.
so I was like, instead of me waiting or fighting with them, trying to figure out how I can expand a book that's already perfect in its size and itself, I chose to push it out onto Kindle, so it's available for anybody that would want to read it or have children that use Kindles and read like that. So I gave it an option and had the availability.
That is awesome. Oh my God. I love that. I love it. I mean, I just love the fact that you illustrated your book. I mean, I'm an artist as well. These are some of my paintings back here. But
It's
wow,
amazing.
thank you. I mean, wow,
Hold on, G. I have to. I do this new thing where I need to press the clapping button every time Lissette says she's a singer or an artist. I gotta hit the clapping button.
oh my
Hey, I
God.
love it. Hey, Lissette, what are you?
I'm an artist.
And a
And,
what?
huh?
She's in North Carolina.
Yeah, North.
You're an artist and a what?
And a singer,
Singer.
songwriter, singer, you know.
That's what I like to hear. I don't hear no clapping though. Let's go.
Oh my God. You know what? He.
There we go.
Thank you.
What is Little King about?
So it's about a child that sees other people on the TV and wonders why he doesn't look the same as them and how that affects him. And then really how that affects his confidence at school and his interaction with children and other people and his ability to get through that and find out that he is a king within himself. The way he was born, the way he looks is a king. And you are a king inside, and all of us have a little king inside of us. We need to push through that negativity because we're going to always have negative interactions and something that's going to try and stop us from prospering in life and push forward and keep going because know that you're a king inside. We're all little kings. And him having his grandma supporting him and pushing those positive thoughts and emotions into him. That was a big part of it too, because family is important to me. So I threw that in, and my grandma was always important to me. So I was like, that's a super important part of me to make that in the book.
This is really good because it's important for our children because they're trying to seemingly take so much of the our history um, out of the libraries and stuff like that for children. But it's very important for children to know that there are kings inside of them and that we're not apes, but we are
Exactly.
kings, so I really appreciate that, I can see the love in you that you have for children. I mean, this is so special. Um, are you thinking about doing some other books, perhaps?
Yes, I actually have another coloring book that I'm working on, and I'm going to publish it soon. It's coloring book for kids, butterflies. So it's going to be a full book full of butterflies and all different types of concepts of butterflies, just so they can like super intricate pictures that they can draw, color, and all this in the book. I'm super excited for that one. I'm going to publish that one soon, and then I'm working on a huge project that would be my a comic book with all black superhero characters. It's super awesome, and I'm working on it on Canva. Let me see if I can pop up the
He
site
better
and
be
show you.
consulting me on this superhero book. He knows how much I'm into Marvel and DC. He better be
Hey,
consulting me.
I
But the
think
I
that is
biggest
so
got
cool.
you.
the biggest thing he's talking about, Lisette, and we, representation. And whether you're black, Asian, Hispanic, you know, Irish, Scottish, when you see people on TV, on film, in books that look like you, that talk like you, it gives you that ability to do it. We used to make the joke when President Obama became president, anybody could be
Mhm.
president now. And now we've got a president that proves anybody can be president. We didn't
For
know that,
sure.
but it's the representation, right?
Most
And when you
definitely.
see, when we used to not prescribe to be doctors or lawyers, and then you start seeing us doing those things. And what's crazy to me is we're in 2026, right? And I said this in
Right.
2025. Every time there's a headline, first female to do this, first male doing this, first black person to do this, first Hispanic, I'm like, we're still doing first
Isn't that something?
2026.
That's crazy.
We're still doing firsts. So
Yeah,
I
that's
love it.
crazy to me.
That's that's really interesting, that we are still doing first. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let me show you the cover.
Okay.
So this is the cover right here.
Oh, I love it.
And then you just
You
go
are
to,
good.
and then
Now, how
tell
did
me
you
if the
get
subject. Look,
uh how did you
it's,
get
it's
your
not.
All right. Don't give away the farm.
Nah, I'm gonna push him through some pictures. Like I have
Just
the
messing with you.
whole. I got
Mhm.
everything scripted,
Oh,
everything. Yeah,
oh
it's so
wow.
crazy.
You are good. Did you go to art school or
Appreciate
who
it.
taught you to draw? And
No, I went. I honestly. So this is gonna really trip you out. I only took 1 year of art class in high school.
okay.
So honestly, I got blessed with the ability to draw, but I have no idea. I haven't been drawing long enough to be able to draw the way I am drawing, honestly.
That's a natural talent to
I
do it.
love it. I love it.
Yeah,
You could take your characters one day and perhaps, make a movie like the Black Panther or somebody. I think
yes.
it's good.
I honestly the concepts I have with this book and the concept of Tartaria and everything right here, I want to transform into an animation so bad with the confidence of a black superhero and him being able to teach and save his people
Mhm.
and communicate and let them know like we are powerful people and we need to always remember how powerful we are. Not to use it in a negative way, but remember how powerful we are because there's going to always be something that's going to try and oppress and push us down. But there's nothing that can really stop us. And we need to remember that and have individuals and have someone that looks like you being the hero, not the villain, getting put into chains all the time is something that is a positive view for our people, and I want to be able to push that agenda out to people.
And the united front, because a lot of people, when they think black, they think African Americans, right? And we're talking
Yes,
about black, we're talking about African Americans, we're talking about Africans, we're talking about Caribbeans, we're talking about Haitians, we're talking about Hispanics that are black. It always baffled my mind that there's an island that's split in half. One side is Dominican Republic and one side is Haiti, and you have black Dominicans and that don't like black Haitians. It's like, what are you doing? What are we doing?
exactly.
It's like, what are we doing? When we say black, we're talking about all of you. Geyvenson is Haitian. I'm black, African American. But when people look at us, they see the same person. They don't distinguish that he's Haitian and I'm African American. They just see a black person. And it needs to be this united front to make sure that we're all. It always baffles me when I meet someone from Africa and they don't like black Americans. And I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, you know.
It's and for me, I've met a couple of those Africans like that,
Mhm.
but there's a point where I understand the concept of what they're saying, and I just don't think they can articulate what they're trying to portray. Like they don't like thug people that are pulling guns and robbing innocent people and not really using the support around them. That's what I don't like that. And I'm a black man. So what are you talking about? I don't.
Right. They fall into the
He,
trap.
Yeah,
of
like they're
that.
saying that, but I don't think they hate all Black Americans. I think they don't like that with the ones that are here.
Mhm.
There's people that are thriving and doing good, and people are struggling. You know what I'm saying? But there's people that are just choosing to,
Mhm.
I'm gonna put a pistol,
Mhm.
go do this. I'm gonna sell
Yeah.
drugs because I seen that on MTV. I seen that on the commercials. I seen that. You know what I'm saying? That's just, I
Mhm.
understand. 'Cause I don't want that for my children. I don't want you around my children
Right.
doing that.
Neither
So I
neither do
understand the concepts, but don't just be like, oh, I hate all
I.
Black
Well, you and
African
I,
Americans.
Wow.
they are there. Both what we're both saying, and I think what the problem is the one thing that we're talking about is what black people gets classified. We're one of the only people that we have to be judged by our worst,
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a
you
fact.
know, and so we get canvassed, right? Like I'm from Miami. Miami is the melting another melting pot, right? And I've met Africans that say, well, you guys are lazy. You don't they recycle all the things that people say here. And when you're a foreigner, you're coming from another country, you only know what's being relayed to you, what's being shown to you. But if we all just take that united front and just say,
True.
no, what can I do? If you don't like something, what can I do to fix it? And that's where I come back to you and what my premise of what we're talking about. How do we fix it? Do more things that show the better side of the community that you're in. They're already like you said, MTV, you're watching these things, they're always playing this stuff, and like, so we need more people and showcase more people like you that are writing books, that are helping the youth, helping the children, so that we don't have people turning out like what everybody claims to hate, right?
Right, exactly.
I agree. Good morning back at you. But you know what? It's we're
Oh,
both
sorry.
of
I didn't
y'all.
mean to upset you. I didn't mean to cut you off a sec because I've been talking a lot. Chris, it's funny that Chris said good morning, G, because Chris does a show called Searching for Christopher Robin on our channel, and it's all about childhood trauma.
Um,
Yeah, it's all about talking about, and this is why I have so much respect for you. It's all talking about when you are parented a certain way, because people always go, well, you're an adult now. That shouldn't affect you. And it's like, no, no, that's not how that works.
right,
What you do to your children and how you cultivate your children plays a huge factor in what they do and how they feel as adults. And you don't just grow up and forget your childhood,
exactly.
you know.
That's
That's
true.
why, like, honestly, with my, I'm
Oh,
doing
G. Oh,
the
there it is.
right thing
Back. Your audio went out. Hold on, G. Hold on, G. Say something.
at times.
Go ahead. Say something.
Hello?
There you go. It went in and out for a second. Go ahead and start over.
On my phone. Sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, I I'm like, check myself. Are you saying the right things to your kids? Are you, sometimes I get upset with myself because I'll handle the situation. I get mad and then I feel bad, but should have handled it a different way. So I'm still learning every day on how to be a better parent. And sometimes it's like, it's hard. It's hard, but I do think about that because I think about my kids growing up and how they're going to be affected. Like, how are they going to be when they're teenagers, when they're 10 and 11 and stuff? So I always try and think about the things I'm saying, what lessons I'm teaching them. I just want them to have the skills, the confidence to be able to function in human society because there's going to be so many things that they have to go through. They could
Yes.
just be smooth, but I try to prepare them for the worst, honestly, and to be able to handle the worst and then still have that heart, that kindness in their heart so they can go through something tough but still have kindness in their heart. And
You,
it's just hard sometimes to figure out where that line is in the lessons. But as a parent, growing each day and learning those lessons is just all part of being a parent, honestly. Because you'll make some wrong decisions and some will be better decisions than others.
you know, I'm sure when your children look at you, they see you as a superhero. I know that one thing that my mother told me one time, she said, All your children are not alike. All my children, she said, now, I had all my children, but they're all are different. All you guys are different. So if you can remember that you can't just, okay, all of them gonna like this and all of them, they're all different. You have to treat them
Right.
accordingly. Treat them different. Well, this one might be a little shy. This one you might could say, stop, don't do that again. And the other ones, maybe the other kid, you might have to be a little bit more sterner in your discipline. So,
Yeah.
but treat them on their level and treat them differently according to what they need, and that'll get you a long ways right there.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh yeah.
That is a great thing to say because we do come from the school you and I Lessette.
Hmm.
A lot of parents don't do it the same now, whereas everybody just gets the same treatment, everybody gets the same punishment, and every kid reacts different. I don't have kids, G, but I know with my nieces and nephews of my older sister, I knew what triggered them to understand that they messed up more. Like when they were young, Nakia, I hope they come back and watch this. You could spank her all you want, you could yell her at all you want, but if she felt she disappointed you, that's when it got to her.
Mm,
Darrell, you could spank him all you want, you could yell at him all you want, you could make him feel he disappointed you. He didn't care. But what affected him was if he wasn't allowed to go out and do what, and you took the other two kids to go do something and you didn't
mm,
take him. That was so you had my sister figured out what were those things that caused each kid to be affected and understand that you messed up instead of just having a blanket punishment. I hate saying punishment, but you guys know what I mean.
yeah.
Uh, course correction, I may say. Chris says, what does it say? It says, be honest with your kids. Kids understand far more than we give them credit for. A child knows when we are truly trying and we are phoning it in. Oh,
Yeah,
this
he's
is
not.
so
He's not
true.
wrong. That's the truth. Yeah.
This is so
I
true.
love. I love that. I like this guy, Chris. Who's this man?
Yeah.
I
Well, one of the
like
things,
this
and I'll
guy.
let you two comment on this. One of the things I told my mom, like, 10 years ago, I said, you know what? Because my mom's first reaction for everything was just to beat you, spank you and beat you. And then my mom was also a talker. She was one of those ones that talk while she's whooping you. And I would go
Oh,
back and play back those whoopings, and I'm like, a lot of times, if I paused and I'm like, that whooping had nothing to do with me. Like, so your reaction that I left the spoon in the sink was to beat me from the kitchen to the bedroom, and half the things you were saying had nothing to do with the spoon. And then when I had to
look,
go to work with her one day and saw how miserable it was, I was like, "Well, you hate your job." And then you come home and see the spoon, and now you're overreacting because and you're taking it taking it
On
out on
me?
me.
look, just what would happen if your parents, your mom, she stuttered, or she had a speech problem. Told
Oh no.
you, I
That's
said,
a
oh, get over
that's
it.
a
I mean, just
long
stop
story.
it. I mean, I mean,
And gee, this is another thing they used to do. She would do when she found out that the spanking that I got, I actually didn't do the thing that she spanked me for. Instead of saying I'm sorry, it's well, you probably did something else that I didn't find out about. What?
That's exactly.
Oh, I was like, oh my god. We laugh about it now, but you know what we say? Laughing mask pain.
for
Yeah,
sure,
exactly.
for sure. I
Oh
got
man.
some spankings in my days. I'm telling you, I
Me
deserve them
too.
too.
Yeah.
Me too.
You spare the rod, you're gonna spoil the child.
Well, they say that, Lissette, and I hate that
I knew you were
saying.
gonna say
No,
something.
I hate that saying because I asked her this too. I said, if you keep spanking a child because they keep doing this one thing, that means it's not working.
That's true.
Exactly.
If it was working, you wouldn't have to spank me about that thing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
If I
Exactly.
steal a cookie and you spank me and say, don't take cookies without asking, and I do it again and you spank me, don't take cookies without
It's not
by the
working.
sixth time, you might need to do a different punishment.
For
Just give
sure.
them the cookies at that time. You might as well just give him a pack of cookies.
Go ahead on.
Oh,
I
hey,
mean,
G's kids out there said, if your kids watch this, what he's saying, kids, is he can be worn down. He can be bought.
Never this, never that. Don't even try. Hey, my favorite part about the parents and the whoopings is, oh, I never used to do that to you. I never whooped
Oh,
you. I never. Oh, that never happened. Oh yes, I just imagine this. It, I just imagine this happening. I just like to talk about it because it's imaginary friend that happened. Like, come on, brother. Dad, you definitely whooped my butt. That's why I am talking about this. Come on, man.
especially when they turn grandparents, right? Lissette, it's like you look at them and go, who is this
mhm,
person? Where
mhm.
was
And
that
grandparents gonna
compassion?
spoil them.
Where was that compassion when I was a kid going through stuff? You're like, well, let's talk about it. Is that what you just said? What? You,
Talk about it. What?
you
And they said, don't touch my grandbaby. Don't you dare put a paw on my grandbaby.
Ain't that something?
Why did you act like that with me?
look, G, you
Oh,
do G, you do this. They go, I didn't touch you like that. And I just go, you see this mark? Still here from when I was 8. Yes, mom,
I
ironing
didn't do
boards
that.
weren't meant to spank.
You must have fell off your bike. That's when you fell off your bike. You're good.
Sad, but some kids will continue to act out and get punished because it's the only attention their parents give them and they are
Mm,
starving. Oh yeah, like if I'm like I saw that on a episode one day where this woman, she got arrested because she whipped her kids with an ironing rod, or I think it was like an ironing rod, because she put a lock on the fridge because the kids keep going there and eating. And they were asking her, like, well, when's the last time you fed them? They ate breakfast at 7 a.m. And he's like, ma'am, it's 1 p.m.
That's
that's
crazy.
crazy.
They're stealing the food because they're hungry.
Right.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. I
You know,
mean,
but her and the husband was as big as a house. Just dum, 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 dum.
Hmm.
so that's what it
The
Don't
is.
husband
don't
was
eat all my
sitting there.
snacks.
I remember that episode. The husband was sitting there with the little, remember the TV dinner trays? He was sitting there with a whole 3-course meal, and you got a lock on the fridge, and the
That's
kids, you can
crazy.
see the kids' ribs. I'm like, this is insane.
That's one thing about my kids. If I have anything, I already know that they're about to get 50 to 60% of it, and I'm only getting 40% of the product. So
Yep.
that's it is what it is.
Dang,
And there's
are you
five of them.
adopting? Are you adopting?
I do not have any more capacity for any more children. I apologize.
I'm a little self-sufficient, kinda. I just need I just need
A grown child. Okay.
I was I was volunteering as tribute.
Look, and wait till they get up to adolescence, to that little stage there.
Mm.
Then you're really gonna have some stuff going on. Those little
Oh,
attitudes,
I'm
hormones.
already getting it. I'm
Woo!
already getting it from my 9-year-old
Mm.
and my 5-year-old. Those two girls got attitude. Nadia and Leilani, they got the attitude.
Oh, the worst is when they tag team, when they finally get on the same page, then then you get
Uh,
the
right
tag
now they're in the fighting stage because they're siblings, so they're always they wake up. But I
already at
mean,
each other's throats,
it,
huh?
but it's coming. They're about to link up soon and become that little power team. And then all of them together as siblings, such a tight group. So I'm excited to see them grow up together
That's
and see what
powerful.
they'll accomplish.
Here's a question that everybody debates, and I'll throw it at you too because I have a difference of opinion, even though I don't have kids. Um, I took care of my nephew, but people will say certain things are too early to talk to a child about. So, not being subject specifics, whether it's about girls, whether it's about boys, whether it's about sex, whether it's about drugs, whether it's about anything, people debate what's the proper age to talk to a kid about certain subjects. And I always say when they bring it up, I don't care if
Hmm.
they're 3, 4, 5, and 6. And people say, well, that's too early to talk to them about it. And I'm like, I just tell them you don't need to be talking about that. And I said, you think their brain magically shuts off because you said don't think about it?
Not how it works. Not
Do
I
how
you?
think
it works.
it's very important to, just like you said, Keone, you know, that they're seeing all this stuff, on commercials and online. They see this stuff.
Mhm,
Even some of their TV shows sometimes that you let them watch,
mhm.
they kind of like hit and miss it. So you might as well just go ahead on and talk with them.
That's why I
Mhm.
don't think it's an age. I think well, and then like Chris said earlier, kids aren't stupid. I mean, I grew up watching. I'm 47. Gee, I grew up watching TV to where when they went in the parents' bedroom, they always had the beds separated. They always had the two
Mhm.
single beds because they didn't want to show one single bed because they didn't want kids to think I'm like, how stupid do
That
you
is
think that
stupid.
is?
What the world's going
I'm
on?
8 and I know that parents usually sleep in the same bed when they still like each other and things happen.
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
I don't get that.
And for me, like the kids, there's so much visual stuff. So talking about, oh, they're too young to talk to, everything's visual. So if they see something, they're gonna come up with a question. They don't know what the heck is going on. That's where the subject comes up. You're not gonna go out of your way to try and teach a young child any information like that.
Oh,
You want
right,
to keep them
right.
safe and secluded away from things like that. But there's so much things that are
Mhm.
visual. Everything's pushed visually. So, what are our kids watching nowadays? Just tablets, phones, everything. So they can put all of these little intricate little messages through our kids' shows, what they're playing, their little games. That's why if my kids are on the tablet, I'm always checking on what they're playing. There's no Roblox allowed, so
Well,
I don't allow that.
I agree with that, and the thing that I always say that because 'cause I've heard people say
Oh, yeah.
that today, these kids," and I'm like, "Yeah, but I made the joke on Chris's show. Even when I was a kid, we'd be out in the playground and we'd have a couple people in class. My parent doesn't allow we'd be talking about a cartoon or whatever. My parents don't allow me to watch TV. We can only read." And I'm like, "So, yeah, you did that as a parent, but you don't think they're getting the information from the other kids on the playground?" I'm like, "We're still talking about it
Exactly.
whether we saw it or not." And then my thing is always, wouldn't you wanna be the person talking about that stuff and not Uncle Jimmy and Aunt
Exactly.
Teresa?
Exactly. That's a
Exactly.
fact.
Chris says you just need to be tactful with delivery depending on their age. 100% agree with John. I don't know who the hell John is, but um, we'll keep going. Uh, yeah, I get pushback on that. I was like, no, what if they're 5 and they ask you about this? Well, their kids are inquisitive. If they hear about something or start to understand something, they're gonna want an explanation.
This is good. I remember my daughter when she got her little phone. She was I think she called herself making a little pal on the internet and everything. And the pal happened to come to the door. It was a man, a grown
Whoa,
man. I said, who are you? I'm here to see your daughter. I said, what? I said, no, you're not.
wait, he actually said I could see if he said I'm here to meet Teresa and he didn't know Teresa was a kid. What how old was your daughter?
She was like maybe like 13, 14,
Oh,
somewhere like
And
that.
he literally said out his mouth, "I'm
Yes.
here to see your daughter." So he knew she was 13.
Came to my door.
Look at you.
so he knew what he was
He is
doing.
like, and how many times did you throat punch him?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
I said,
Uh,
look, you need to leave. I said, you better leave quick.
Were you married at the time?
Mm, yes, I was married.
Was the husband home?
He was not home. He
Oh,
was
okay.
working.
Because I would have been like, "Why? You need to say, come on down."
yeah, I have someone that you can talk to. She's on her way down right now. She just looks a little different. You're about to see her speak to
I,
the husband real quick.
I do not have sympathy for anybody who is a PDF, but I will say this. I do feel sorry for the adult that knocks on G's door and says, "I'm here to see your daughter."
For
I feel
sure.
sorry for him too, as well.
I don't
I
think
feel
they
very
would be
sorry for him.
recognizable. They would need to do dental records probably.
There you go.
Man would have left my doorstep vertically.
I'm just gonna say I'm a very nice person, but leave my kids alone and leave all children alone. That's what I say.
Yeah. He's a very nice person, Lissette, but he also told us he knows how to dissect fish in martial arts. So you can just put
Really?
that to your imaginations.
Yeah,
So you do martial
I,
arts as well? I know.
Oh,
yeah, I did Muay Thai for like 10 years, and then I was working on getting my instructor's belt. So I used to teach at the dojo. Yes, man.
yeah.
Wow. Make sure I don't make you mad.
No,
You
he
No,
just
see, that's
look.
that's the thing. I'm not violent like that.
He's a teddy bear.
I'm only here to protect my
Teddy bear.
own, and I'm chilling. As long as you don't like incite violence on me, I'm good. Because even then, I've had people like they'll say crazy stuff to me, and I'm just like, "You got it, buddy. You win."
Well,
Like
because here's the thing,
that's yours.
me being a former mixed martial artist, here's the thing. When you know your capabilities, the people who have capabilities aren't the people who get upset. It's always the person that can't fight that's the loud because they have to be the loudest. And
Mhm.
my dad used to say, if you walk up to somebody and you say, let's take it outside, and they just turn around and say, okay, you might need to take a pause because that was a little fast of a reaction.
For sure.
If they want to go outside so quickly, I think you should just change the subject. So
That's
you
a
want to
little
go outside? Okay. To talk? I think that's what you want to go talk, right? Because that's the
Somebody
best
pulled
option.
their gun. Uh-huh.
She also takes
Wow.
constructive criticism very well. I wasn't the nicest of acting coaches, right?
You, okay, how did I put this? John, I mean, he only gives you the best advice to help you succeed. That's what we say. You can take it however you want. I think if you have a fragile shell and don't want to prosper in what you're doing, then you can say he's super mean. But I think that the lessons he teaches are going to help you grow. Sometimes he might get up and be a little tired because he had a long night or whatever, he busy schedule and stuff, which is understandable. But I never really took that personal. I know he was going through it. He like Avanti and all the stuff we were doing, getting ready for our big show. He was doing so much every day and helping contacting people from all around the United States. So I was never like, oh, he hates me. He got upset with me. I'm never gonna act again. I'm never gonna model again. No, I was like, oh, he must be going through it. All right, I'm gonna keep.
All right. You guys are gonna ruin my reputation. Chris is over here. I taught Chris too. He's over here going big teddy bear. Okay. All right. We're done. We're
I
done.
mean,
He's a
he's rude. He's rude. He made me cry. I don't know what to say.
he is a beast at what I love to see him just maneuver and do what he does. Just watch him. He's like a beast at what he does. He's
All
just
right.
pretty
All
awesome.
right. This interview is for G, not for me. I'm gonna move off of B. You guys are embarrassing me.
Hey, you
Tell
activated though.
everybody
Come on.
tell everybody how they can get Little King because this is the one that's not on Amazon, but you made it an audiobook if I remember correctly.
It's available. It's still available on Amazon. It's through Kindle, so you can
Oh,
go on Kindle and read it. And then my other ones, I have what I'm doing is creating flyers and links. So there's a QR code on my flyer that I'm pushing out, so everybody can just click the QR code and it sends them straight to that. And then I push out a link on social media as well, and either have it on my page, on my Instagram, or on my Facebook page, so you can just click on my page, and I push out promotional posts with the link so people can click it, and I can get it out there as much as possible. I'm also working on trying to figure out the right way to network and communicate with the libraries to get it into the school district for the children. But I'm still working on that, trying to figure out the right ways about that.
Little King was entertaining, Lissette. I mean, I'm 47 and I was entertained, but the coloring book had me because I can't stay in the line. So I yeah, that you lowered my self confidence with that coloring book. I, oh,
It's not about how perfect the picture is, as long as that you enjoyed yourself while coloring. That's what it's for,
I
man.
want one.
no, it made me go get a bottle of tequila. That's what it did to me. and start I started
That was not the objective of the book.
Oh
I started
wow.
reconsidering my life choices. Oh, it's not going to affect kids the same. Listen, folks, I'm being funny here. Don't worry, your 6 year old's not going to go request tequila. Okay, so you'll be fine.
I love that.
I love it. Well, thank you for being on, G. We appreciate it, knowing that it's just turning to 9 o'clock almost a.m. Right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
8:56 right now.
I
All
call.
good though.
I'm gonna let Lissette peek behind the corner. Lissette, I call him, and he's like,
Mhm.
"Wha- What?" I'm like, "Hey, we got the episode today." He's like, "It's 7:45 a.m."
Oh
I
my
said, "Yeah,
God.
did you forget you're 3 hours behind us?" And he just repeated it. It's 7:40.
Oh my God. That's early. Now that is early.
Hey, hey, but
Bless
I gotta
Yeah,
tighten up the face real quick. Tie the hair up. I'm here. I'm here.
you. I
he
mean,
is
you
here.
looking that good. You did good.
I appreciate you.
All right, you better back off, Lisette, before Clarence has a talk to you when you get off
Oh,
this episode. G on here getting people in trouble.
Hey, no problems, no problems.
All right. Well, it was great talking to you, G. Keep it up. Keep us updated with books that come out. I would love to promote your books and get them out there. They are good. Not just saying that because you're my friend. You do great work, and you don't half. One thing about him is he's not going to half do anything. Everything is
Yes,
going to be
sir.
great. He said he wanted to have a kid, and now he has 12. So we know
oh
he
my
puts the
God.
time and effort in when it needs to be done.
Oh, yes, sir. You know what? I appreciate you guys so much.
Thank you for
And it's a
coming on
pleasure
this.
meeting you, Lissette.
It's a pleasure meeting you, and you are. I just love your books. I can't wait to get my copy, and it's exciting to see a young man that is determined to make a difference and to let others know that they are a king. There's a queen and a king in all of us. That's beautiful, to be able to tell the children that. That is awesome. So, and even you guys out there, just remember that, hey, you are king and you are a queen. So, don't let nobody put you down today. All right. You go forth
And
knowing that you're
be-
special.
before I go, there's one big thing that I'm working on right now. I'm in the middle of getting my real estate license, so I'm taking
Yeah.
classes and really focusing on that too as well. So I'm super excited to see what that journey takes me and what doors it opens up.
So you're focusing on what? I didn't hear you.
Real
Oh,
estate.
real estate. I have
Okay.
a scholarship to Keller Williams, so I'm
Mhm.
working on my real estate loans license right now.
Oh.
G gonna have about 17 streams of income. G, send me $20. I'll give you my cash app.
I got you. As soon as I'm functioning right, I'm gonna take care of all the peoples.
Just
Come
messing
on.
with you. I know your kids are gonna be taken care of and they're gonna be proud of you, and you're doing the great things to make sure that they have a successful life just as well as you're on your way to having a more successful life. He is rich in family and he's rich in love and he's an all-around great guy. And that's what we love to have on these show. People with good energy that want to bring some positive things to the community that watch Rise with Lissette. Thank you,
Yes.
everybody, for tuning in. Make sure, as Lissette say, go give the link to Pookie and Ray Ray and Juju and BB. And we'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Thank
Sir,
you.
my
Thanks.
blessing. Awesome.